Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Oh man. Mr. Z, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. And Mr. Z is going to try his darndest to not use profanity in this. We are going to try. It is going to be difficult, very difficult, but we are going to give our a good college try, a good attempt at not using profanity, although this does inspire some rage and anger. Okay, all right, y'all. We're going to try to show some discipline here. We're going to try to show some discipline. Okay. Yes, we're on black fatigue. It looks like it's going to be a theme on this channel for a little while. Okay. What's frightening to Z is not white folks using the term black fatigue. That's to be expected, right? It's to be expected. White folks just want black people to shut the hell up about racism and anti-blackness. They don't care how respectable you are. They don't care how ratchet or hood you are, although they will be using ratchet folks, ratchet black folks, or loud black folks, or obnoxious black folks as a way to excuse their white folks anti-blackness, right? We already know, we have already seen this before, but apparently, Z, you're wrong. Z, you are wrong. Apparently, a number of black people actually don't get it. Oh man, a number of black people seem to actually believe white folks at face value. A number of black people are so embarrassed by other black people because they feel like they always have to explain other black people to non-black, to not black people, right? That they're in the comment sections for various videos, whether it's white or black or non-black people of color, saying, I'm black and I have black fatigue too. You're reading through comments, you're reading black people saying, I've had black fatigue for 40 years. As if respectability is going to keep them from getting their head cracked. This is what it is, everyone. When black people say black fatigue and when white people say black fatigue, they mean two different things. When non-black, not black people say black fatigue, and when you say black fatigue, you don't mean the same things. You're using the same words, but you don't mean the same things. You are embarrassed that you have a nephew who's still sleeping on your sister's couch at 27 years old. That is not what white folks mean. You have an issue because you have an uncle that's in and out of jail. You have a loud, ratchet aunt. Huh? You have a girl cousin who's been on food stamps for the past 20 some odd years. When you say black fatigue, that's what you mean. When you, as a black person, say black fatigue, you are annoyed that every time you go visit your aunt, you have a cousin ask you to bum $20. Huh? When you say black fatigue, you are not saying the same thing that the not black people and the white folks are saying. When they say black fatigue, they mean that black people that speak about anything that has to do with the vestiges and the power of white folks. The economic degradation of black people that white people enact and perpetuate. It's not the same thing. White folks' issue with you is that you're talking. You're talking and not kissing ass. You're talking and not worshiping. Their black fatigue is that a black person calls something that's racist, racist. A black person that calls a racist white person a racist white person. A black person that says, I don't know, that sounded like kind of sketchy. I don't know, you sounded like you have some angst about black people. You know, that was a bit insensitive. That was a little, you know, that I ain't gonna say you racist, but I'm gonna say you're suspected. That comment you just made. Huh? When you say black fatigue and when they say black fatigue, it's different. You are annoyed with other black people. They have an issue with black people existing in Western civilization and not kissing white people's ass. You're saying two different things. Their issue is that you're not congratulatory towards white folks. You're not laudatory because they feel like they civilized you. They feel like you would have been a big, dumb ape in Africa scratching and sniffing, and white folks came and civilized you. And the fact that you're now laudatory about it, with your low IQ having ass, is what causes them to have black fatigue. They have black fatigue because you have the unmitigated gall to talk back and not kiss their ass. Now they're going to use ratchet black people as an excuse, and you're going to go along with it. Huh? Black people saying, I have black fatigue too. I've been having black, I don't want to be around these black people either. How easy is it to play black people out of position? How easy is it to play? Y'all think y'all saying the same thing. You think your respectable ass can't get caught up. Why? Because you don't dress in urban wear? Why? Because you enunciate your words? Why? Because you know how to type or write without using full-on sentences, run-on sentences? You know how to pronounce ask the right way, and you think you can't get caught up? Oh, you think you can't get caught up because you live in the burbs? Huh? Black people who allowed a white woman to misuse the term black fatigue, and now I'm watching black people run off with the term black fatigue. Y'all are letting the racist white, what's his name, Mark Dice or whatever his name is. Last time I checked, this dude had 337,000 views on black fatigue, and you know what the title was? Something along the lines of black people have black fatigue too. Oh my god. And I'm reading the comments in the comment section from black people saying, yeah, I do, I have black fatigue too. Oh, do y'all appreciate that y'all are allowing white folks to excuse what they want to do to you anyway? All you respectable Negroes, all of you respectable Negroes don't appreciate that you're giving racist white folks passes to do what they wanted to do to you anyway. They're going to start off with your ratchet cousin, excuse me. They're going to start off with your ratchet cousin. They're not going to end there. I'm watching black people let white people misuse black fatigue. Black fatigue was originally about black people being tired of living in a anti-black white supremacist society and having to go through anti-blackness day in, day out, every single day. And a white woman misused it. And I'm watching black people say, yeah, we'll go with it. We have black fatigue too. Oh my God. Now black fatigue means non-black people and apparently some black people who are tired of black people existing and not imitating white folks. I'm sorry, the way y'all saying it, civilized society. That's what you think white folks are saying. That's not what they're saying. That's what you hope they're saying. That's what you hope they mean. That's not what they mean. Press them and see what they mean. See, they're using that ear candy for you right now because you don't like ratchet black people and they don't like ratchet black people. Mr. Z gets it. You think that's what they really mean. That's not what they really mean. And some of them actually said it. The lady bought up the original video of the lady. By the way, she took it down. I want you to appreciate this all started with a racist white woman calling a 5-year-old autistic black boy a N-word with the hard ER. And I'm watching black people allow white folks to excuse that and try to donate some $700,000 in one space and then $400,000 in a different space to that white woman. I watch black and white folks say, yeah, we got black fatigue. Y'all do realize they start off with a racist white woman calling a 5-year-old black boy the N-word, right? And now black people are going along with white folks and saying they have black fatigue also. You have black fatigue because when you go to a store in the hood, black people are doing hood things. So now you have black fatigue. You have black fatigue so much that you're going along with racist white folks using the term black fatigue inappropriately, number one. Number two, using it as an excuse to talk to you or talk about you crazy. Oh, wait, you don't think they talking about you. You think they talking about your ratchet ass cousins. Yeah, they talking about your ratchet ass cousins, and they're talking about you. They're talking about you the second you acknowledge when a non-black person does something anti-black to you or says something anti-black to you. Oh, wait. Oh, I get it. You're going to pretend like that shit don't bother you. You're going to laugh it off and joke it off because you don't want to be deemed a snowflake. Huh? Because you don't want to be deemed liberal. Because you don't want to be deemed sensitive. You'll allow for non-black people to either imply, suggest, infer something anti-black, and you're going, it's not that serious, Z. Oh, I forgot. Now we're dealing with a whole bunch of Myron games. All right. Black people let a white woman misuse the word black fatigue, and they said, I'll go with it. So you got black men and black women all over the internet saying, black fatigue too. How easy is it to play black people out of position? Negroes get embarrassed by one family member. One of their nephews got $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 worth of Jordans and tennis shoes and clothes in the closet, and they're sleeping on their mother's couch. And now y'all got black fatigue, and now y'all are saying it online for the white folks to see. As a matter of fact, y'all are in the videos with the white folks saying, I have black, it's not racist because I have black fatigue too. Huh? It's embarrassing, it's sickening, and it's frightening. It's frightening to watch how easy it is to play black people out of position. How easy it is for black people to be annoyed and embarrassed by black folks and then let the white racists talk. Okay. Because you think y'all saying the same thing. Oh, she didn't say black Z, she said ratchet behavior. She's talking about you, dumbass, whether you're ratchet or not. How often do we have to see this play out over and over again? Oh, I'll wait. I'll wait until it's the right Negro getting a knee on his neck for y'all to be like, oh, not him. It's not supposed to be him. You don't realize you allowed for that when you allowed for George Floyd to get a knee on his neck. And you were like, well, I kind of understand. You got to understand he had a criminal record and he was ratchet. Huh? Last time I checked, when Dylan Roof went in that church, he didn't care who was who. Oops. When, what's his name? Miles to go to that store and air it out. He didn't care who was who. He was just targeting black people. Uh-oh. Huh? Wow. The consummate gentleman was around upstate. He was around black people whose family had a couple of dollars. Did he care, or did he just see them as the sons of slaves, as he said? How is it the sons of slaves are getting white vagina from pretty white women? Huh? Uh-oh. Huh? It can't be that easy to play Negroes out of position. It can't be that. Y'all learned nothing over the past few centuries. Wait a minute. Last time I checked, black people were being sold into slavery to Europeans by other black people who fought them, beat them, and then sold them. And then the Europeans turned around and colonized the same black folks that sold the other black folks. Y'all still ain't learned. Oh my God. Y'all still ain't learned. It's been hundreds of years and y'all still ain't learned. Oh, pathetic. Oh, black people. Yeah, it can't be that easy. 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 It really can't. I'm different. I'm not like those Negroes. I'm from a different tribe, and I'm from a different part of the country, and I'm from a different class, and I got different education. I'm not like those black people. And the white folks are like, yeah, 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 whatever. Huh? These are the type of black people that will walk into the gas chambers, walk other black people to the gas chambers, and they get kicked in there and be like, hey, you smell something? Yeah, son don't smell. I don't know. Where are we anyway? It looks like a warehouse, but what are those things on the walls that look like vents? What's that? Oh my God. I'm having a hard time breathing. Are you having a hard time breathing? Dumbass. It can't be that easy. It is that easy, Z. It is that easy, Z. Black people take their frustration and their embarrassment at other black people, and all they're looking for is for a white person to say, you know, in our culture, look for a Latino or an Asian to say, in our culture, these people done fought wars with the other culture back home, but they get to tell you in my culture, and you eat that, huh? And you eat that. Dear black people, is it a celebration of ratchet black culture unlike other people, or is it that the microscope is on black people's misbehavior so that America could justify what they wanted to do to black people anyway? Oops, they want to keep you as the permanent underclass, and so they highlight the underbelly of black culture, of the black society, of the black community. Have you ever considered that? No, it's that it's because we celebrate ratchet culture and other people don't. Other people don't. So the gangs that were running casinos and the Chinese government turned a blind eye to it until they stopped turning a blind eye to it. They weren't celebrating that. I said the Chinese government turned a blind eye to it. Ooh. Uh-oh. All the thieves in the Middle East mm, it's the early Middle East. It's the west of the Middle East. Stealing cars from the West, from France, from Britain, putting it on ships, shipping it over, and the governments of those countries turn a blind eye. Are they celebrating crime culture? A bunch of cars driving around with melted VIN numbers, and the officials know about it, and they don't say nothing. As a matter of fact, some of them are driving with cars with the melted VIN numbers. Oops, scratched off VIN numbers. Yikes. Huh? We're not even going to talk about healthcare fraud all up and down South Florida, mainly by the Latinos and some of the small hats. Uh-oh. No, but we celebrate that culture. Wait, you think black people is the only people PPP scamming? They done made movies about meth. They made series about meth. White folks meth. Would you not say that's a bit kind of celebratory? No, no, no. Don't we have movies about Latino getting all up and down? Well, no. Okay, all right. Last check, Indian the crap out of each other. Indian kids. I'm talking about in India. Gang violence. High school gang violence. Uh-oh. Was it not when it was City of God about Brazil kids gang violence? No? No? Okay. All right. All right. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yikes. Black people are the only ones that celebrate gang violence. All right. All right. So black people are the only ones that celebrate ratchet culture. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All the super tatted ass Latinos all up and down California, we're gonna act like that don't exist. Yikes. All up and down New York, we're gonna act like that don't exist. All up and down South Florida, we're gonna act like that don't exist. Okay, yeah, that's it. All right. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. All the Asians, okay, yeah, we're gonna act like that don't exist. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, but they don't celebrate that culture we literally know about the triads. Oh goddamn. And the Yakuza, oh goddamn. Why do we know this name, this word? Not because it was celebrated, right? Not because there was mass media about it, right? No, no, don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Mhm. It's frightening listening and watching black people get played out of position so easily. Y'all not even putting up a fight. Y'all are not even putting up a fight. White woman gets to get on. Let's start once again. Let's start the story from the beginning. White woman calls a black child the N word and says, I'm calling him the N word because he's acting like an N word to a 5-year-old. A white woman makes a video excusing it. White people raise fundraiser money at the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars for the racist white woman who called a 5-year-old the N word. And then black people listen to white people misuse the word black fatigue to describe white folks being tired of black people talking, breathing, and existing without kissing their ass. And black people say, yeah, it sounds legit. Oh my God. Black people turn around and say, I have black fatigue too. I get it, Z. We're so sensitive, Z. We call everything racist, Z. Z, why don't we pull our pants up, Z? I watch black people who take whatever issues they have with other black people and let the white folks you misuse the word black fatigue and say, you know what, I have black fatigue also. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the ratchets or the weirdos that try to use respectability politics to allow racists to say racist things. Not even to allow it, low-key encourage it. Ooh. You know what? Even worse, tell Z, no, Z, it's not racist. You're just the one who doesn't understand, Z. And on that note, everyone, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, right? We're gonna play this clip from this brother. I think his name is Chris Jobson, right? Chris Jobson, right? Put down phone. Oh God, y'all heard that. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all gives you a second. We gotta do something real quick. We gotta uh y'all gives you a second. As a matter of fact, y'all talk amongst yourselves. This is a reckless stream. My apologies, y'all. Clearly, this is a reckless stream. What I was trying to do, I wasn't even able to do it. Of course not. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all gives you a second. We'll get to it in a minute. We'll get to it in a minute. As a matter of fact, let's see if we could do that now. Apparently not. Okay, we're just gonna have to leave it on this screen for now, and we're gonna be covering this brother. I think his name is Chris Jobson, right? And let's play what we could play for now. Looks like this. Once again, reckless streams, tax and effect, reckless streams, tax and effect. Here we go, y'all.
What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. And let's talk about a thing that I've been hearing a lot about lately, which is black fatigue. I've been seeing this going around a great deal ever since the Shiloh Hendrix situation came about. Now, this word, phrase, it may have existed before that. I was not really privy to it, but I have very much consistently seen it mentioned since the Shiloh Hendrix thing. I've even seen it in the comments on a few of my videos. So let's talk about it. Is black fatigue a thing, and is it justified? Black fatigue is absolutely a thing, and I see it, and I understand why it's happening. And this is me trying.
Black fatigue is not a thing because number one, it's not what you think it is or what you feel it is. Black fatigue is not a thing because you're speaking about people being tired of black people and their BS. That's not black fatigue, because that's not the term. That's not the person who wrote the book, the author of the book, right? That is not what she was speaking about. Mary Frances Winters. That's Mary Frances Winters. That's not what she was talking about. Huh? But go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
And this is me trying to ride the middle here. So before you guys, my black men, black women, go to, beat me up, oh, you're Uncle Tom, whatever. It's not any of that. It's that somebody has to have the sense enough to look in the mirror and say, hey, I need to fix some things. So that's where I'm coming from with this. A lot of white folks, not all, but a lot of white folks are really just fed up. They feel like black folks are angry, aggressive, violent, entitled. I mean, when black folks come to mind, they don't think of anything positive. And you can highlight positive things about black folks, and those things may be true. But when the negative things about black folks are so intense and they're popping up so frequently, it's hard to really make an argument against what they're saying.
Why are you defending black people and black people's behavior in any way anyway? Y'all know folks that really let white folks come up to y'all at the water cooler and be like, hey, so Chris, yeah, so I heard about did you see that local story of the black guy that knocked up the corner store, right? That hemmed up the lady at the bodega? What do you think about that? Huh? Y'all really letting white folks hem y'all up with these weirdo stories? And then y'all feel embarrassed. So you have to, I don't know nothing about that. I'm not in the hood. I wasn't raised in the hood. I don't know nothing about that. I agree with you. They need the most severe consequence. Yeah. Huh? Oh man. Continuing.
We had that cruise ship brawl. I seen a white woman talking about that, the cruise ship brawl.
Like I said, thank you for bringing it up. So once again, random black people doing ratchet stuff, and then a white person brings it up online. Y'all remember how many videos are there of random white folks doing all type of weird stuff, setting cars on fire, fighting each other after the bar, huh? White women talking to white men crazy, white men talking to white women crazy, white women striking white men striking white women, white men throwing up on the side of the sidewalk, white women throwing up, and then they skirt flip the wrong way, and then you see all they big bits, huh? But random black people brawling on a cruise ship. And look, black people aren't being perfectly respectable, and black people are fighting. Is there not videos of Asian folks fighting? There's videos of Asian in America, yes, and in China, yes, and in Japan, yes, and in South Korea, yes. Latinos fighting in the parking lots, right? Oh boy.
about that whole
Continuing.
cruise ship brawl. We had the whole thing at the airport where the two sisters was yapping and yapping and they wouldn't let the guy board the plane. I mean, I get it. It was 30 minutes before his flight and there's policy, but the attitude, the nasty attitude and the lack of professionalism. You know, I've seen fights at Walmart. I remember there was that one overweight sister who was trying to steal from Walmart, and when she was getting held accountable, getting
The number one petty theft people are white women. That's a fact. They're bored at home and they're stealing stuff in stores. If you're gonna bring that up, brother, this one I gotta be with black women on. Black women are stealing. We ain't gonna say they're not stealing, but the people that's engaged in midday petty crime, they grabbing all different things and putting in their purse and putting it in their pockets. It's white women, mainly middle class and upper middle class white women. They stealing a whole lot. If you're gonna bring that up, I'm just saying, if that's gonna be your example of black fatigue, it's crazy. We have the term Karen for a reason, and it mainly describes annoying ass, nosy ass, in your business ass, about to use state violence against you by calling the cops on you for no reason ass white women. And I don't hear y'all saying that y'all have white female fatigue, white women fatigue, white fatigue. Huh? Uh-oh. Continuing.
before trying to steal, she was yelling, resisting arrest, talking about Walmart is racist, Walmart is racist, Walmart is racist. Black folks do some of the most ridiculous things, and I say this as a black man.
People do the most ridiculous things. By the way, Mr. Z don't give no passes to people that do that. I'm saying this as a black woman. I'm saying this as a black man. I'm saying this as a black person. Y'all are sellouts, so it don't matter whether you're black or not. Ooh, goddamn Z. Some of y'all, yeah, it's not that y'all sellouts. Y'all just be so annoyed with black people that y'all align with what racist white folks when they say things that y'all can't even tell that they're being racist. Y'all brains are so fried. This is why we say decolonize your mind. Y'all brains are so fried. Y'all don't even appreciate that y'all walking into Auschwitz until y'all are dead. Not even when the air start going off. Y'all don't realize y'all were in Auschwitz until y'all in the afterlife and y'all looking at the pearly gates like, how the hell did I end up here? I'm saying this as a black person. I'm saying this as a black man. That don't matter. Mr. Z don't give no passes, no more to black people saying, I'm saying this as a black person. What that mean? When your brain is fried, it don't matter. I'm saying this as a black person. That don't mean anything. Because you're about to say something retarded. Watch this. You're about to say something asinine. You're about to say something myopic. You're about to not put this in context. You're about to go ahead. And then you let them speak, and then they say something that's factually inaccurate, that lacks the history. Huh? Yikes. We're in a world. What's his name? Mark Dice? Whatever his name is. Mark, I can't, I think it's Mark Dice. Last time I checked, I think that was last night. 337,000 views saying black people have black fatigue too. Do y'all appreciate what y'all are doing? You think it's only gonna be ratchet black people that got get hemmed up with that? They're using you to excuse what they're gonna start off doing with ratchet black people. That's if I even agree with your framing, and I don't. Black people, it can't be this easy. It can't be this easy to catch black people up. Z, it really is though. It can't be this easy to play black people out of position. Z, it is though. This is exactly what I'm saying, Joes. And Joe says white people are acting like black people are bombarding them with white guilt, bombarding them whites with white guilt. And it's crazy because half the weirdo stuff that white folks say, underhanded comments that whites and Latinos and Asians say to black people, we know it's an issue. We don't even want to be bothered. We don't bring it to HR. We don't even bring it up to those people. We just eat that. Appreciate white folks. Y'all are even more racist than you even appreciate. To all of you non-black, do y'all know what type of weird y'all think us calling you white boy compares to them? I agree with women on the black women on this. The microaggressions y'all be hitting us with every single day. The few times we do say something, that's when y'all. I got black fatigue. Black people keep on calling everything racist because everything is. Oh god damn. Woo. Z, you didn't just say I said it. If we started showing you when you made that comment, when you said this thing, when you did that thing, if you think you have black fatigue now, exactly what Joe said, white people are acting like black people are bombarding them whites with guilt and ish. They have no idea the type of weirdo stuff they say to us, they imply, they suggest to us. The clip with the sister with the dreads walking down the street, and the older white man that walks up to her and says, "Yeah, my you're a," he calls her a yitch. You're a bad yitch. They think you're a really bad yitch or whatever he said to them to her. I think he was with his sons or with some younger white guys, and yeah, they were too intimidated. They didn't want to say anything, but they think you're a pretty bad yitch, and she's smiling it off. Now, whether she did something with a white dude before or not, but she's recording herself because essentially what she's saying is, y'all see this ish? Y'all see what I gotta get hit with? And the white guy don't even think he said anything wrong. Exactly. That's black fatigue. To all the slow Negroes in the back, to all the racist white folks. That's black fatigue. A black woman walking down the street approached by a white man who may or may not find her attractive, or his sons, or whatever the younger white men were. I got it. I'll put it up on my channel eventually, right? They may or may not find her attractive, but the way they approach her is not, "Hey, miss, I just want you to know about one of my sons. He's kind of intimidated, blah, blah, blah." First of all, your son should be walking up to her by himself, but that's besides the point. Okay, fine. But for you to say what you said and think it's a compliment, that's black fatigue. Oh, thank you, Dusty. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. And Dusty says a bad asshole, a badass 304. Thank you. That's what he said. Oh yeah, my sons think that you're a badass 304. Right? That's black fatigue. Black fatigue is you not being embarrassed by your ratchet ass cousin. Y'all are using the same term, y'all mean different things.
As a
Continuing.
black man, because I see it. Black folks do some of the most ridiculous things and then get upset when people hold them accountable for it or call them out for the BS.
That's not black fatigue. A lack of accountability is a lack of accountability. Y'all really let white folks take the term black fatigue, which is supposed to be black people being tired of being aggressed on by non-black people. The weight of blackness, black people being tired with all the anti-blackness in the system. Y'all let a white woman misuse it, and I'm watching black people say, "Yeah, I have black fatigue too."
It's not just white folks that got black fatigue. Black folks got black fatigue.
Black people do not have black fatigue. It's not the same thing. Black people do not have black fatigue. It is not the same thing. Y'all are not saying the same thing. Stop misusing it. The word, the term. Huh? Y'all really, once again, y'all let white folks use woke. Y'all let the white left overuse and misuse woke, and then the white right then weaponized it against black people. Now y'all letting the white woman misuse black fatigue to say, imagine living in America. Y'all are letting white people with America's history, y'all are letting white people with America's history say that they're tired of black people's crap. Y'all are letting white people with America's history use the term black fatigue to define people being tired of black people's excuses and black people's crap. Say it again, Z, one more time. Y'all, dear black people like you, Mr. Chris Jobson, y'all are letting white people misuse the term black fatigue, and you're going along with it and saying, I have black fatigue too. Wow. I have black fatigue also. It cannot be this easy to play black people out of position. Do y'all not understand what country you are dealing with and what history? Maybe y'all really think that your head can be on the chopping block. Maybe that's what it is. Because you're respectable. Because you're not like your ratchet cousins. And I promise you think you're saying something profound. I promise you think you're saying something. I get it. I have black fatigue also. It's a whole lot of folks, black folks, producing videos like that, making videos like that. And in the comments of different videos, white and non-black people and black people, y'all are all in people's comments saying, I've had black fatigue for years. I've had black fatigue for at least a decade. It can't be that easy. Yes, Z, it is that easy. Continuing.
Certain places I just simply don't go to because I know it's going to be a bunch of BS. I know that a bunch of black folks going to show up, and it's not all black folks. It's a certain echelon of black folks. So let me throw that out there. If there's an event or get together, and I know that a certain type of black folks are going to come to that, I'm not going at all. I don't want to be bothered with it. The chances of something stupid happening are too high. And I'm at a point in my life to where I don't want to deal with it. So I'll just go do something else, or I'll go home. If something's being...
So classism. So you're saying the same thing that certain white folks say about a certain group of white folks, or certain Latinos say about a certain group of Latinos. So what you're saying is class. So you're using, and I'll promise you, your class position is not much better than the Negroes that you think you better than. I promise you, bro. I can see it from your beard and the way you're dressed, bro. Trust me, your class position. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you're in the same class as these Negroes. You just make a couple dollars more. Okay, fine. You speak differently. Okay, cool. Brother, what you saying is you don't want to be around ratchet folks doing ratchet folks stuff, but you're using black fatigue as the reason. You're still misusing it. In other words, you just don't want to be around ratchet Negroes. Why couldn't you just say you don't want to be around ratchet Negroes? It's not black fatigue. Continuing.
Given out for free. Like I remember a little bit ago.
Everybody gravitates towards free food, especially good free food. That's not a black thing. Oh, you see, when people giving away free stuff, black people quick to get in line for that. Everyone is. Jesus Christ, it can't be this easy. And did y'all grow up around other people? Dear black people, have y'all ever been around non-black people? Hung around non-black people? Even small hats. When people hear free and it's actually something worth a damn, they're gonna go along with it. That's not a black thing. That's a people thing. Huh? Say that, Raw. So low self-esteem, so much low self-esteem. I get what you're saying. So low self-esteem, they will make excuses for races just to fit in. It's sad, bro. It's sad. Continuing.
I was giving out a free short stack of pancakes. I was like, I'm not going to that shit. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I know the types that are going to show up for that. First off, it's going to be a long wait because free and food, black folks love to hear that.
Free and food, people love to hear that. But man, y'all pathologize black people. We live in America. This is why this is why they say decolonize your mind. We live in America, and I'm listening to black people pathologize other black people in America. Like you don't fit into that archetype to non-black people also. People hear free and food and they react, not just black people. You think IHOP only did that for black people? Sad. Continuing.
Inevitably going to be some fight, argument, disagreement, or something like that because somebody gonna look at somebody a little long longer than a person's comfortable with, and then, voila. Um, we as a people categorically have a victim mindset. And
Oh, black people though. This is the most frightening part of this whole conversation, is listening to black people tell other black people they have a victim mindset while white cops are still cracking black people's skull. The most frightening part of this conversation, no matter who it comes from, whether it's Anton, whether it's this brother Chris, what's his name, Jobson, is black people, black men and black women telling black people they have a victim mindset. This is the most frightening part because it's so easy to be on the wrong side of white power. It is so easy to be on the wrong side of a Latino or an Asian person and be victimized. And black people are telling you, no, your problem is you have a victim mindset. This is frightening to hear black people say categorically, brother, you didn't say nothing special by using the word categorically. To say categorically, black people have a victim mindset. No, black people are victims. To hear black people say black people have a victim mindset in America, with America's history. Y'all just watched a couple years ago a man get a goddamn knee on his neck for damn 10 minutes practically, and y'all say black people have a victim mindset. We already know about Heather Heyer. That was the white woman that was hit by the car by the white man during those protests in Charlottesville. Everybody forgot about the brother that got beat the hell up. Damn, they're put into a coma. Was he not a victim? He went to a protest and got beat the hell up, and damn, they're put in a coma. The black women who have surgery and they put a voice recorder in their hair. Okay, that's funny. Put a voice recorder in their hair and they hear the doctor talking about them all type of crazy. Is she not a victim? The black women who are dying at childbirth, are they not victims? Black men being unalived, unarmed, unalived by white police officers, are they not victims? The Innocence Project, every other day they're letting a black man out of prison, 15 years, 7 years, 20 years out of prison. Oh, I'm sorry, recent evidence shows, okay, you did say you were innocent for the past 15 years, but we didn't believe you. Oops. You did say you were innocent for the past 27 years and we didn't believe you, and now recent evidence, oops. Are they not victims? Victim mindset. Lee Atwater described the Southern strategy to you, and then we have black people saying, no, we have a victim mindset. That's our issue. Oh boy. Huh? Oh boy. Victim mindset. You're talking about victim mindset. How easy is it for women to pin a baby on you right now? Pin a baby on you. You think it's really your child. You pay child support for 15 years. You find out that's not your child. Are you not a victim? Uh-oh. Are you not a victim? Yikes. Huh? Joseph Stop Asian Hate shows how they use black people to push a bill about hate crimes. Black people were not out like that during 2020. Talking about Asians, Peter Liang kills an innocent man walking through a goddamn stairwell. Is that dead black man not a victim? Ooh, goddamn. Uh-oh. Stop Asian Hate, the hate bill. Black people were still the #1 victims of hate crime during that year. And yet we passed a bill in the US called Stop Asian Hate Crime. Whew. This is what y'all signed up for, black people? I promise you, you think you're saying something profound. You know you're not, brother. No, you're not. You're just giving the white racists and not black people excuses to do and say what they wanted to do and say to black people anyway, but then call black people victims for non-black people actually victimizing black people. Why are you playing victim, bro? Just because I called you the N-word? Huh? Why are you playing victim, bro? It's not like we threw you in prison for 7 years for something you didn't do, and now the Innocence Project proves you didn't do it. You're not a victim. Uh-oh. Hey, when the judge tells your brother, your uncle, your nephew, he ain't a victim because he signed that birth certificate after he been paying for a child for 7 years when he thought he was the child's father for 8 years and 6 years, remember that. Black people playing victim, black men playing victim. Remember that. Continuing.
Strictly have a victim mindset. And I don't subscribe to that at all. I'm not a victim. I never have been a victim in my life. I have a great.
Imagine saying you've never been a victim in your life. You've never been bullied. You've never been jumped. You've never been fussed out for no reason. Huh? You've never been a victim? Huh? Imagine saying you've never been a victim. Whew. Oh man, y'all reaching. Ooh, y'all reaching. Huh? Never been detained by the I didn't say arrested. Never been detained by police officers. Never had you've never had one negative encounter that wasn't started by you. You never been on the wrong side of powerful people or a powerful entity ever. Whew. Alrighty then. Continuing.
I want to do every day, and I don't do things I don't want to do. And if I'm supposed to do something, and I know I'm supposed to do something, and I choose not to do it, well, the consequences of that are on me. Said thing happens as a result of me not doing what I knew I was supposed to do. Who do I have to blame? I can't stand the mindset that there's some faceless, white person somewhere putting, just putting screws to you. Okay, pushing a button.
He can't stand that, but we literally have the confessions of an economic hitman admitting that America, white people, are doing that globally. He speaks about the military. He speaks about the jackals. He speaks about the financiers. He speaks about the step process that the U.S. uses to take over a nation. If they're doing that overseas, what do you think they're doing to this colony within a nation called the black community in America? Oh, wait, so you're telling me they're doing that overseas, but they're not doing it to America, to the black people in America? Even though prevent the rise of a black messiah, how would you prevent the rise of a black messiah unless you sabotage those group of people? Unless you screw with their internal politics? Yeah, but you don't have a victim mentality, so that's better than what Z is saying. Huh? You do what you want to do when you want to do it. Yeah, that's it. It can't be this easy. Z, it can't be this easy, Z. Z, is it really that easy? Huh? Oof. Oof. Huh? Yikes.
To weigh
Continuing.
you down. That's not been my experience. The majority of people that I know, that's not their experience, has never been their experience, yet they constantly say these things as if it is. It's a mindset, and it's very flawed.
Mind over matter now. Oh boy, now we talk about mind over matter is gonna fix the anti-blackness. What anti-blackness? Z? There's no anti-blackness. It's all a figment of black people's imagination. Black people are just making it up. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's all a mindset. Imagine being in America as a black person and saying it's all mindset. The issue with black people is that black people have a victim mentality. I, don't let it's not lost on Z that this is in the middle of the Trump administration that we have in this conversation. I want y'all to appreciate that. Shout out to all the conservatives that's in in the chat right now. Don't let it be lost on you when this discussion is happening. Don't let it be lost on you the characters that are forwarding this black fatigue within the black community. I'm not talking about the non-blacks. Huh? Don't let it be lost on you that Anton, who been on Fox News, who was in DC for Trump's inauguration, is pushing this also. Huh? Don't let it be lost on you that essentially what they're telling you is, I'm talking to you, JD Vance. What they're telling you is, hey, we could crack your head. And if you say something about it, you have a victim mentality. We have black fatigue because we're tired of hearing black people talk about anti-blackness. Huh? You're not the one who's fatigued black people. No, non-black people, and apparently some black folks, are tired of you talking about the anti-blackness in our society and in the system. Huh? Uh-oh. And Joe says they funnel money from the World Banks, the U.S. Agencies, and international development, USAID. Um, the whole situation with Tim Pool and what's her name, Laura Chin, and all that other stuff with that Russian oligarch that was funding them. Huh? We already know about. I watched the documentary, The Lobby. I watched the whole thing about the UK, and I watched most of the one about the US. So we already know the small hats funding things for them, for themselves. Huh? And Bunker TV says Donovan Sharp is pushing it too. Of course Donovan is. Of course Donovan is. Donovan is the light skinned brother reject, huh? Who had a not so great upbringing, and so he just said F all black people, F the black community. He over there with his white wife and his raising some other man's kid. Ooh, goddamn! What? Ooh! Which I thought Z forgot. Remember, Donovan was used to be, or he was at one point. Don't be raising these other man's kids, and come to find out, his lady had a kid. Ooh, that's not his. Mr. Z don't even say that. Mr. Z is not about it, but Mr. Z don't even say that. Mr. Z just said make sure she on your program, and especially make sure she on your program if you're gonna be raising some other man's kids. Donovan don't got no space to talk, bro. We already know. Look, Donovan don't ever miss an opportunity. Him and O'Shea got into it. He said, "To hell with the black manosphere. To hell with the black community. To hell with black people." Look, I don't want to hear nothing from those to hell with black people as black folks. Angry Man too. Y'all already know Angry Man got a color complex. I don't even want to hear it. Huh. We already know that. Angry Man got to be the angriest light skinned brother on the planet. Huh? We already know Angry Man got a color complex. He wrote out for Drake. Drake was in the ground and he was still riding with Drake. Forget Kendrick, Merk, and Drake. Look, Drake was in the ground, lifeless body, decomposing body in the ground. Drake had been in the ground for a couple months and he was still defending Drake. Look, bro. Huh? I just want I just want everyone to appreciate. I want Angry Man, Anton, this brother Chris Jobson. I want y'all to appreciate all of you who's on your kick right now. You do realize you ain't gonna be on this side forever. You're not gonna be on the quote unquote winning side forever. You do realize that, right? Huh? You do realize that, right? You do realize people like Z are downloading and recording a bunch of y'all stuff, right? Huh? Yikes. Now y'all go with black fatigue. All right, sounds nice. You know how easy it is for one of you black folks. Look, Chris Rock. They were stopping Chris goddamn Rock in his own neighborhood. He started recording himself being stopped over and over again in his own. And Chris Rock had been already rich and famous for what, 2 decades. And y'all talking about black fatigue, and I'm watching black people say, "Yeah, black fatigue too." Oh, all right, all right.
Is
Continuing.
flawed. We are the poorest group, yet our buying power is insane. For
We're the poorest group because we're targeted. Number one. Number two, our buying power is insane. You okay? Buying power is not power. Sorry to burst your bubbles, black people. The power is in production, not in purchase. If you don't believe Z, then why does JD Vance and Donald Trump want to bring manufacturing back to the US? What did they realize with COVID in China? Yikes. Now there's monopoly and there's what monopsony, I think it's called, when you don't have where you have the predominant, or you're the number one purchaser, or you're the number one. So yeah, you could do a little something with that. You could influence things, but the power really isn't with being able to purchase things. The power is with the ability to produce. Brother, you fell for the whole buying power thing too. Buying power. Wait, let me get this right. You just said black people are the poorest. The poorest group of people got all this buying power. You think it's power, but yet you admit that black people are the poorest. Do y'all even appreciate what y'all be saying when y'all say it? And Mr. Z is not saying that black people shouldn't be smarter with their money. Mr. Z is saying, do y'all know what y'all talking about though?
that is
Continuing.
on paper, as poor as we are, our buying power is crazy. I How do we not own anything? As a people, we don't own anything. We own everything that don't matter.
Nope, we don't really even really own things that don't matter. How do we not own anything? Y'all act like y'all had just come out of slavery like 150 some odd years ago. Just come out of Jim Crow 60 some odd years ago. And that's if we make it super official, because they were repealing Jim Crow laws all through the 80s and 90s, maybe even the early aughts. Huh? There's still red line covenants to this day. And we don't own any. How do we not own anything? Because you're black in America? Because Negroes like you think it's a respectability thing and not a systemic thing? That's why. Oops. How do we not own anything? Because Negroes like you would much rather be around white folks kissing their ass? Y'all think it's a respectability thing. That's why. Because maybe you put too much of the onus on black people in their quote unquote misbehavior. Need I say it again? The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. What's his name? Perkins? Last name, I think his last name is Perkins. Or you can listen to Lee Atwater speak about the Southern strategy with his own words. How do we not own anything? Huh? Wow. Bunker TV says the rest of the, no, that's not the one I wanted to read. This one is from Neon. And Neon says, does he not know we had whole towns that were destroyed by whites? Probably not. And even if he does, well, why didn't we build new ones? We actually did. Actually, Tulsa, Oklahoma, when they burnt it down, it was back up and going and running within 5 years. Less than that, actually. No? Yeah. Y'all don't be knowing. Be talking a lot, though. We's our own worst enemy type talk. Whew.
In
Continuing.
businesses, we don't invest in real estate. We don't invest in stocks. We don't do anything.
We don't invest in stocks. 80% of Americans don't invest in stocks. You want to know why? Because they don't got no goddamn money. I didn't say 80% of black Americans. I said 80% of Americans. 80% of stocks, if I'm not mistaken, I might be a little off on this. 80% of stocks are owned by like 20% of people in America. I might be off here and there on that number. Invested. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all don't appreciate how poor the masses of Americans are. Huh? Median household income, I think, for this year or maybe last year was like $80,000. I didn't say average. I said median, as in other words, halfway between top and bottom. The middle point was $80,000 household income, not individual household income. That's not just for black people. Black people's median household income, I think, was like 50 some odd thousand, 53-ish or something, 57-ish or something like that. It might be 60 now, but something along those lines. Median household income in America is like 80,000. You just don't know what you're talking. Invest in stocks. With what money? Huh? Man. Continuing.
We don't do anything. There's so much free game out there that if you want to be successful, if you want to become,
It's not free game, it's hustle bros talk. But continuing.
you have at your fingertips that same powerful computer in your pocket that you use to go on Facebook every day can make you rich. But instead, you're using it for dumb shit. But it's always somebody else's fault.
Everybody's using it for dumb shit. Mr. Z just gonna use a little bit of profanity, you know. Everybody's using it for dumb shit. That's why, if y'all remember on the onset of YouTube, this is like 08, 09. Y'all remember all those stupid ass cat videos? They were kind of funny sometimes. Huh? As a matter of fact, right now on IG is a whole lot of just funny ass cat videos where they cut and splice the cats reacting the same and they just insert it in different videos and it still be funny. Stupid ass videos. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? I saw it already. And Booker TV says Tim Black did an episode on Anton yesterday. Yeah, I saw it. I actually shared it. It's in my community tab right now. Huh? Longo says dumb ish, including watching his videos. Yeah, Mr. Z did it. I'm sorry to torture y'all with this. Detroit says dogs too. Yeah, they are inserting the dog videos and weird stuff too. Yeah. Jeez.
And all this stuff
Continuing.
about Black Lives Matter, but we don't act like it.
This man really said what the police be saying after they murk a Negro. After the cops murder a Negro, well, I'm gonna compare police to black criminals now. I mean, we say Black Lives Matter, but we don't act like it. Uh-oh. Not you making the same argument that white racists make after the authorities delete a black person. Not you making the same damn argument. Oh boy. Well, it's so easy to make to get y'all tap dancing. Oh, it's so easy to get y'all tap dancing. Black people, it can't be this easy. Yes, Z, it is this easy. You're right. But that boy dancing. Oh, he dancing. Anton dancing. Huh? Last time I checked with Angry Man and Trump stuff, dancing. He made the Black Lives Matter, but we don't act like it. Show me the people that do. Oops. Who have Asians murdered more than Asians? Ooh, goddamn it. That's both in America and in their home countries, so depending on where it is, whether it's China, whether it's Japan, whether it's South Korea, North Korea. Where? Name them. I'll wait. It's proximity, bro. That's frightening, bro. That's frightening. Y'all making the white racist argument for them. Continuing.
We kill each other every damn day, every day, all day. But the second
Actually, I don't know how high black homicide is right now. At one point, it was actually going down until COVID. I don't know whether it's made a resurgence. Actually, it did make a resurgence, but I don't know if it's still continuing to escalate. It might be, but I'm pretty sure you would have been making this argument in like 2018 when it was like continuously going down and down and down and down. I'm surprised you ain't mentioned Chicago yet. But see, you don't count it yet. You're right. Continuing.
but the second that someone of our group is killed by someone of another group, especially if that person is white, here comes Al Sharpton. Here comes
Al Sharpton. Who's heard from Al Sharpton? I don't know in like the past half decade, bro. What type of arguments, bro? You know we're not in the '90s no more, right? They ran Al Sharpton out of Ferguson. How long ago was that, bro? Where your arguments are like 20, 30 years old? Are you okay? Number one, number two. Everyone does that. It's called in-group privilege. I don't really know if you want to call it a privilege to be able to delete someone, but okay, fine. It's called in-group and out-group. Everyone responds to outsiders harming their folks viscerally. That's a human thing. Maybe not all humans, because you are right now defending their right to talk to us crazy and calling it black fatigue if we say something back. Oh, that's frightening. Continuing.
here comes marching in the street, just all of this goofy stuff. And then we tear up our own communities.
It's not your own community if you don't own anything. You just said we don't own anything. How is it your community? You mean the area that you just so happen to be living in that you probably can't afford to move out of. It's not a community if you don't own anything, if you don't control anything. This was your argument all of like 3 minutes ago. It's not a community. It's a bunch of people that look like each other that happen to live around each other because they can't afford to move anywhere else, even with black folks that have a bit of money in nicer spaces. You know, those black neighborhoods that when you control for race, they actually have lower crime rates. Uh-oh. Continuing.
We tear up our own communities. The grocery store that your mom relied on to go get her milk and eggs, she can't go there anymore. She has to now.
She can't go there anymore because Walmart moved into the neighborhood, priced those people out, and then Walmart moved out of the neighborhood. So now there ain't no grocery store. Have fun at the corner store, the Quickie Mart, the bodega. What are you talking about? What year are y'all in? What year are y'all in? Continuing.
That's several miles away because the one that she used to walk through at the corner is now burned down because there was a officer involved shooting. The person who was deceased happened to be black. The cop just happened to be white.
Oh no, he doing the happen to be black, happen to be white. Okay, so we officially tap dancing for real. Damn, Z, like I was like kind of kidding before, but like no, we really tap dancing. He said happen, the person that got killed just happened to be black, and the person that killed just happened to be white. Oh no, not to happen to be black, happen to be white. Hey, who needs the white racist when you got black people like this? Not to happen to be white, happen to be black. Oh no, not that. Oh man, not to happen to be white. I want us to remember that this whole conversation started with a racist white woman calling a 5-year-old, say it again, Z, 5-year-old, say it again one more time, Z, 5-year-old, the N-word. Y'all hate yourself so much. Y'all hate other black people so much. You detest other black people so much that now we're talking about black people having black fatigue. And the conversation started with a racist white woman calling a 5-year-old the N-word, and then her raising money and white folks misusing the term black fatigue to say they're tired of black people calling them racist when they're being racist. And now you are saying happened to be the black person that died happened to be black, and the person who did it just happened to be white. Oh, this is frightening.
Just happen to be
Continuing.
white, and so you're gonna burn down everything in your neighborhood. It's such a goofy mentality.
Is it my neighborhood, or do I just so happen to be live there because I don't own anything? Number one. What's goofy is you. You're goofy. You're goofy. Your whole argument is goofy, uninformed, myopic. Huh? Y'all just be throwing around the word goofy. Have you heard yourself? Have you heard your argument? Goofy. I don't know about that.
And this
Continuing.
is why the whole white fatigue thing, I get full well where it's coming from. Some of the things that white folks say about black folks, it may be difficult to hear, but are they lying? Some of it
I know he didn't. Some of the things that white folks say about black folks, it may be difficult to hear, but are they lying? Are they? You about to make the excuse for them? Let's hear what you're about to say, everyone. Let's hear what you're about to say. Here go, here
could
go.
be overblown, but a lot of it
Some of it could be overblown. What does white overblown about black people equate to? Maybe deleting Mike Brown and then say that he was charging at you as a teenager with you pointing your gun at him? Maybe that's what overblown looked like. Maybe kneeing on a man's neck for 10 minutes. Maybe because you'd been hearing crazy stuff about black people your entire life. Maybe that's what overblown white folks look like. Kneeling on a Negro neck for 10 minutes. Maybe choking a black man to death, jumping on his back, choking him to death, which is illegal, by the way, or at least ill-advised. Maybe that's what happened when you're dealing with overblown white folks. Huh? Maybe? No? No? What does white overblown look like concerning black people? Dead black people, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Huh? It looked like Sandra Bland. That's what it looks like. Huh? Uh-oh. It looks like Jordan Russell Davis. That's what it looks like. It looks like Philando Castile. That's what it looks like. Overblown. A little overblown. That's what it looks like. Pathetic. Continuing.
I heard a white woman, she was talking about ratchet behavior, ghetto. We say that about each other.
That's a problem. We said about each other. Yeah, it's in-group conversation. Y'all are the weirdos that be like, you invited to the cookout because you know how to do a two-step. You're invited to the cookout because I just so happen to be piping you. We say that about each other. Yeah, it's an in-group conversation. Stop letting the white folks be included in the conversation. We say that about each other. Yeah, and it should stay that way. It's only an in-group conversation. Lame inferiority complex having Negroes are letting non-black people be included in the conversation. We say that about each other. Slow ass. Continuing.
So we know it's true. But when someone on the outside says it, it's racist.
Yes! Slow ass. These people, bro. Z, Z, you can't be shouting in your people's ear like that. My apologies, y'all. My apologies. Oh boy, this dude is slow, bro. He's slow. He's slow. He gotta be. Yes, yes, yes. Can you talk? Do you have siblings? Can you and your siblings talk about your mom? Can y'all curse your mom out? Fuss your mom out? Yes, y'all can. Can Z turn around and do it? No. So you understand the concept of, excuse me, you understand the concept of in-group, out-group. Yes, black people can critique other black people's behavior and talk about black people all type of crazy, but nobody else better do it. Slow ass. These people are slow. This is how you end up in Auschwitz with these people with the pom poms, and then they end up in the afterlife. This is when we say social death. Y'all gonna let these people help destroy and keep black people the permanent underclass, and y'all gonna turn around and look at black people like, yeah, y'all deserve to be that because ratchet behavior and whatnot. Continuing.
If you don't like stereotypes, if you don't like being viewed this way, you have to make changes. And
Part of the stereotype is the fact that these people have more power. They own the media, they own mass media, etc., etc. I want you to understand, this is why Mr. Z is careful in even the way I critique black women, because I'm not going down this road. This is where he is with it. We do appreciate that there are certain things that people can do to alleviate, just at the margins, their image in dominant society. But I think black people like this have taken that so far now that they forget that there's a power dynamic here. For there to be a white people, there must be a black people. For there to be a top of the pyramid, there must be a bottom of the pyramid. Huh? In the middle of the drug war in the 90s were meth. White folks doing meth all over the place. You know what you didn't hear about in news every single day was the meth epidemic. Why is that? Huh? Continuing.
because I say the things that my own folks don't want to hear. I promote being accountable for your own actions. I promote being in control of your life. I never, ever tell anybody, you can't do this, you can't do that because reasons. If you ask black folks, hey, invest in this, hey, do this, hey, do that, never have any money. Oh, I can't, I ain't got no money. This.
Most people in America don't have no money, bro. 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck in some capacity. 60% of Americans can't afford, I think it's like $1,000 emergency. That's not black people. Black people only account for some 14 to 12% of the US population. That's a whole lot of not black people, including some of your small hats and Asians, because y'all love putting them on a pedestal in this conversation. Thank you, Lion. Brad is broke too. Um, to all the slow people in the back, 40% of millennials and Gen Z have their parents paying some type of bill for them. The oldest of millennials are what, like 44 years old, 43 years old? That means you have a whole lot of early 40s, 30 some odd year old, 20 some odd year olds who parents are paying at least one bill for them, 40%, and that's reported. So it's more than that. Goddamn Z. Americans are broke. But we letting you talk and you think it's a black thing. Okay, yeah, that's it. Black people telling you they don't got it because they don't got it. Check your homeboy's credit cards and see if it has his name on it or his mama name on it. Oops. And even if it has his name on it, see what's getting paid for him. I thought we had this conversation already. Black people who are making the exact same money as their white coworkers, but somehow, some way, their white coworker has a house and they don't. You think it's because you spending your money stupidly? It might be, or continuing, and we're back. My apologies, y'all. My apologies. We're still here. We're still here. We're still here. Let's see what else he got. Mr. Z got to end out reckless streams.
never have any money. Oh, I can't, I ain't got no money, this and that. But let the new iPhone come out. Let there be a new Jordan drop. Let there be some new purse or something like that. And suddenly black folks.
Well, he going old school with the stereotypes. He brought up Jordans. Oh man, look, man, I don't know where y'all getting these talking points from. But this manufacturer is producing a bunch of old stuff. The manufacturer of these talking points, this got to be one of those places with the wood still on the walls, with the wood paneling on the walls, right? This manufacturer got an old ass factory. These are some old ass talking points. Y'all anti-black rhetoric is old. Not this dude practically said Jordans and weave. Let the iPhone drop, bro. You think we in line for the new iPhone like the white boys are? Like the Asians are? Oh man. Not Jordans. We still talk about Jordans. Oh man. This is frightening. Ooh, y'all need to update y'all talking points. Ooh, y'all need to update this rhetoric. This rhetoric is horrible. Continuing.
Everything except investing in ourselves. So I get it. The whole
investing in ourselves. Oh boy, not the esoteric. Okay, continue. Let's continue. I can't even do it.
So I get it. The whole black fatigue thing, I get it. There's a lot more that I can say about.
No, you do not get it. Clearly, you do not get it. That is not what black fatigue means. Your embarrassment at other Negroes, slow ass. Your embarrassment at other Negroes is not black fatigue, slow ass. Black fatigue is everything black people have to deal with, like other black people stepping and fetching for white folks. Huh? Stepping for white folks, tap dancer for white folks. That's part of black fatigue. Black fatigue is black people being tired of living in an anti-black system with all the microaggressions. That's what black fatigue is. Black fatigue is not white folks being tired of black people calling them racist when they're being racist. When white folks are being racist, when Latinos and Asians are being racist, that's not black fatigue. When black people say, oh, by the way, you just said something super anti-black. And you slow Negroes, you Negroes who's annoyed at your nephew who's still on your sister's couch, or your cousin because he has $12,000 worth of apparel in his closet, $7,000. That's not black fatigue. Continuing.
But I completely understand where a lot of them, and
you clearly don't,
because the white fatigue is not coming from the races. Of course it is, but there's a lot of people who aren't.
You could have stopped right there. Of course it is. You could have stopped right there. That's the beginning and end of it. And guys like you are going along with it because I'm tired of having to explain black people to racist white people. Lame ass. Continuing.
Who aren't racist. That are just like, listen, I like black folks, but here are things that I don't like about black folks.
They don't like black folks. If they're talking to you like that, then you're their special black friend, and that's not a compliment.
And the things that I see, I can't deny them as being things that are unfavorable. I can't be like, oh, you're making these things up, because a lot of times the things that they're talking about that they don't like about black folks, I don't like either.
You don't like black folks. It's that simple. You don't like black folks. You need to just hang around with your white friends and call it a day.
Like either. A lot of times the things that they're talking about, they don't want to be exposed to. I don't either. And I'm black.
That's a people thing, not a black people thing.
And I love my people.
No, you don't.
But we, at some point, have to stop behaving like just the most disgusting group. Like,
imagine living on planet Earth post-colonialism, post 1492, and say black people are the most disgusting group. Imagine living on a planet post 1492 and saying black people are the most disgusting group. I wonder what indigenous folks would have to say about that. I wonder what aboriginals would have to say about that. I wonder what the Zulus in South Africa would have to say about that. Black people are the most disgusting group. Let's go ask the indigenous all through Central and South America who the most disgusting group is. Huh? Let's go ask the random folks in the Amazon who the most disgusting group is. Black people are the most disgusting group. This is why I say let them talk. It's not just a black woman thing. I'm not just saying for the women to talk, for black women to talk. No, when you let any one of these folks talk, this is how they start sounding. Black people are the most disgusting group. Imagine living on planet Earth after 1492 and calling black people the most disgusting group with such passion too. Ooh. Continuing.
Almost daily, I'm seeing something perpetuated by my own. That's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
I told you it was about embarrassing. I didn't listen to all of this part, y'all. I didn't listen to all of this. I got, I think, about 5 minutes in and I decided to cover this. I didn't hear all of this. The disgusting, that's why y'all saw me respond that way. And all of this embarrassing. I didn't know he said that. I knew that's what it was, though. Continuing.
Absolutely embarrassing. And the worst part is, you're acting in a capacity that's so embarrassing to us as a group, as a whole.
Bro, I'm gonna end it right there because Mr. Z gotta go. Let me read these super chats. Vince's words mean things. Words mean things. He's right. He's right. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Let's not forget, John Wick was inspired by black men, the real life assassination professional hitman. Not only that, I might cover something about that. By the way, the embarrassing thing. Look, I don't need you to explain black people to white people because clearly you don't do a good job at it. I'm not even saying that you should, but clearly you don't do a good job at it. This explains a lot. I knew it was embarrassment. I knew that's what the issue is. You're one of the brothers that feel the need, and you do a horrible job at it. I could tell. Feel the need to explain, dear Chris, of the Mr. Johnson. Did you see what the black people did on the corner? Oh boy. Explain. What I said the other day. Explain Drake and Kendrick. What's that about? Oh boy. Huh? Why do black people wear their clothes like this? Huh? So on that note, y'all, we're gonna pause right here. I'm gonna keep on covering these stories because this is frightening to me. Watching black people not appreciate what country they live in, and you think you and the racist white folks, non-black folks, not black folks, are saying the same thing. I knew it was embarrassment. I'm glad you said that, but that's not what the white folks are talking about. Huh? That is not what the black people. What black people are talking about is that I'm glad you said the embarrassment. That's not what white folks are telling you to shut the hell up about anything having to do with their oppression of you. They're tired, black fatigue. They're tired of you even mentioning racism, even when they're being racist. That's what it's about. They want to be able to transgress. They want to be able to enact microaggressions against you, and you just eat it and laugh it off. You are talking about embarrassment. That's not what they're talking about. You're using the wrong phrase. And on that note, everyone, Mr. Z is tired of shouting. Y'all ear off. My apologies, everyone. Really, not really. But we're gonna pause right here. Love people. Mr. Z muted himself. My apologies, y'all. This is a horrible take, Mr. Jobson. This is a horrible take, a very horrible take. So once again, we'll pause right here. Love, piece of chicken grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. For the love of God, y'all got to stay away from people like this. These people like this will get you hemmed up and then find an excuse on why it's happening to you, right? And they'll align with the white racist folks. They don't even appreciate what they're breadcrumbing everybody into. And we'll pause right here, truly. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Mr. Z out.